So today I'm going to be making some shortbread cookies. I have 10 tablespoons of butter, 1.5 cups of flour, a half cup of powdered sugar, a pinch of salt, and a half tablespoon of vanilla. Your oven before you begin. We're going to preheat it to 350 degrees. And now let's get on to those cookies. Yeah, so we're going to start by tossing the butter into the mixer. And we are going to mix it at a medium speed. We're going to add the pinch of salt. And we're going to let it mix. Okay, so our butter is a bit fluffy now. So now we're going to add the half cup of sugar. And we are going to mix until it is nice and fluffy. Now that our mix is getting a little bit fluffy, I'm going to add the half tablespoon of vanilla. And we're going to put it on low. And we're going to add the flour little by little. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, so now that it's mixed, we're going to give it some time to form a shape. So yeah, this recipe we're going to need to actually mix it with our hands to kind of give it its shape. So we're going to take it out of the bowl, and I'm putting it on top of some plastic wrap so that it doesn't stick to the island. And you're just gonna scrape it up, and you're gonna try and give it shape. So after getting this round sphere shape, we're gonna put plastic wrap on top of it so that the rolling pin doesn't stick to it. And then we are going to roll it out. Okay, so this is the perfect size and length. So we're going to remove the plastic wrap. And we are going to take these cute little cutters and we're going to just start cutting cute little shapes. And you're going to put them on top of a tray. You're going to want to remove the outer layer. And you're going to just cut it a little bit to get the cute little flower out. So now that you have your starter cookies on your tray, we're going to collect all this dough, and we are going to repeat the same method. I'm going to roll it into a ball, and then we're going to flatten it out, and again, make the cute little flowers. Notice how this time there's a little bit less dough because we used some of it over there. So we're going to cut the cookies again. And again, we are going to collect the cookies and put them on the tray, but you have to be very careful because these cookies are really they're really soft. So if you don't pick them up the correct way, they might just break. Reballing and reflattening and recutting the cookies a dozen times. This is the finished product. So now we are going to put them in the oven. Now that our oven's at 350, I'm going to just pop these in here. So these cookies are really, they're really thin. So we are going to bake them for 5 minutes on each side. And then we're done. So of course, one of the most important things about baking is to make sure you clean up after yourself. And while waiting for the cookies to cool down, I might clean some dishes, and that should be enough for the cookies to harden, and then we're good. While waiting for the cookies to bake, We're gonna decorate them. We're gonna melt some chocolate so we can decorate them once they're done. So I'm going to be dipping half of them in chocolate, but there are so many other ways you can decorate them. You can decorate them with nuts, you can decorate them with icing, and so many ways, but we're gonna do melted chocolate. So I have some semi-sweet chocolate chips. Yeah, and I'm going to boil some water, and once the water starts boiling, we're gonna put these on top. Our water has started to boil, so now we're gonna take our bowl and we're gonna put it on top. So the steam rising from the boiling water will melt the chocolate, and then we'll have some melted chocolate. Make sure to keep moving your chocolate around so that the chocolate doesn't burn. As you can see, it has started to melt, so we're gonna keep stirring it a little bit longer until it is fully liquidized. 10-minute mark is over, so we're gonna remove these cookies, and we are going to cool them above the stove. Yeah, so these are supposed to be white on top, and from the bottom they're nice and golden mostly. So now we're just gonna wait for the chocolate to melt and we can start decorating them. As you can see, our chocolate has melted and it is the perfect consistency. So we are gonna turn the stove off, and we are going to wait for the cookies to cool off, and then we will start decorating them. Now that our cookies have cooled down, we're gonna be decorating them. So I put my chocolate in a decorating bag. I singled some cookies out that won't be decorated, but for these, I put them in an array, and I cut a teensy little hole, and we are just going to. So this should be your finished product. These look amazing. So we're just gonna leave them out to chill for a little bit so the chocolate can harden, and that's it. So these are all our cookies, all done and finished, and enjoy the cookies.